And welcome back to another video. Today I'll be running over 3 Christmas tips and tricks for building and stuff in Minecraft. So yeah, let's get on with the video. I recorded this a while ago, but I'm uploading it now because it's Christmas now. The first one I'm going to do is a basic Christmas tree making use of the new nether blocks because the nether update has happened since the last Christmas in Minecraft. So I thought it would only be right to make some use of the new blocks because these new blocks, they sort of look like they have Christmas lights on them, in a sense. So I start by making up the base of a tree, and then I go one in on each side. And um, you don't have to fill in every block, but like it's better if you do, I guess, because then if someone breaks your tree for some reason, you can just put it back. But then I repeat what I did on the first one and do that again. Just double up those layers. Um, ju just follow what I'm doing here. You don't have to follow it exactly, but you'll get the gist of it, I guess. Um, yeah. So I like this is actually my first time really using this new green. I think it's warped. Is that the proper name for this leaves? It's warped something or other. Maybe warped leaves. I don't think it is that though. But that yeah, this is my first time using that in just properly using that as a building thing. But yeah, you see me starting to get to the top of the basic terraforming of this tree. So yeah, that's the basic tree, but don't worry, that's a bit basic, so I'm just going to freshen it up with a little tree terraforming, I suppose you'd call that. But it's very basic, but this extra little bit of adding random blocks does help a lot with how the build will turn out at the end, which is, always great. So yeah, I would definitely recommend doing this. But yeah, I think I might build this tree on some of the worlds I'm playing on because it's quite easy to build and it's very nice looking at the end, which is always great. Next I'm going to start adding in some lights when I'm done this. Because lights appear on most Christmas trees and they always add a little to the tree. Yeah, so I'm going to be using lanterns for the lights. Of course, you can use torches or any other sort of lights, or you can even use some sort of mini blocks or mob heads if you have those enabled on your world. But I would recommend torches or lanterns simply because they sort of look like baubles, which is great. Yeah, and then I'm going to switch them out for the soul lanterns because they have the same sort of look as the regular lanterns, but they have a different color, which is great. So it sort of gives the effect that I've two different colors of baubles, which I think a lot of trees do have, which is quite good and the effect I'm looking for anyway in this build. But next, when I'm done this, I'm going to add a star to the top of my tree. I'm going to use a beacon for my star, but you can use any sort of lighting block like shroom light, a glowstone, a sea lantern, any sort of block like that. Doesn't really matter which. Then I'm just going to add a little bit of glass around this to emphasize that it is, a star at the top of the tree. But yeah, gives quite a nice effect when you're done. I'll show you why in a second why the bottom of that tree looks quite bare. But yeah. There, see, sort of Christmas presents under the tree. And that's a reason why you could put the tree like slightly higher, like 3 blocks or high, because it does give a very nice effect when it's done, which is always great. The next thing I'm going to do is the most expensive trick of the thing. Basically, you're going to need a lot of wool for this. I'd recommend orange or yellow wool, but basically you find yourself an ocean thing with no land on in the map radius, and then you make a sort of I'm just using the fill tool there, but you make a big red line on the thing to emphasize sort of a ribbon, and you do that up, and you can also do it across as well. And when you have that done, if you put it on an item frame, it looks like that, and it's quite a nice effect. Basically, if you double it up to go across, then it gives a sort of Christmas effect, like a Christmas wrapper effect. And I think it's very nice, and I haven't seen this anywhere on the internet, although I'm sure someone else has done it on the internet, because the internet's a very big place. So, yeah, so you see here, it's very simple, and instead of having to waste hundreds of blocks on the blue part, you just use the ocean and the natural things that are there for it instead, which is very nice. And it'll only cost you like maybe like a shulker of red wool at the most, really, I think. But then you put some little blue carpet on the top. You don't have to use a shulker box. For the present, you can use a barrel or a chest or any other sort of block. It's just the shulker box means you can pick up the present when you pick it up. So that's nice, and it gives a very cool effect at the end. The last one is, of course, just making a snowman. You can make a snowman by making a snow golem and then using shears, and it's just very simple and cool. And Frank is a very handsome boy. So yeah, that's all the Christmas tricks and tips and tricks. Thank you all for watching. Please do like and subscribe for more. Thanks. Goodbye.